Oh, it's gonna be a hell of a morning rant this morning. It's gonna be a hell of a morning rant. See, I like people like Rocky Kanaka or whatever that does the sitting with dogs, but every time he acts like a dog not having their nails clipped is like neglect or something, I want to reach through the screen and like yell at him and strangle him. Like, neither one of my dogs that I had Toby and I had Bella, neither one of them like getting their nails cut. Both of them acted like you were actually torturing them, and you could barely get one nail in, even with three people. Um, Animals in nature do not have their nails clipped by humans. Wolves in nature do not have their nails clipped by humans. My dog, when a nail breaks, bites it off. Just like a human, if a nail breaks, bites it off. Oh my goodness. No. If you want to come cut my dog's nails, you are more than welcome to, but do not imply that I'm abusing her or neglecting her, because I will not torture her for hours at a time trying to cut her nails that don't need to be cut for any reason. That she doesn't like being cut. If she wanted them short, she would literally chew them off like humans do. Humans have a bad habit of biting their nails and chewing them short and shit. Yeah. It's like that's the sign that the dog's being neglected. Oh, also not having a bath. Well, my dog, every time you say the word bath, or every time she thinks that she's gonna have a bath, she's gonna go hide from you. I have a back injury. I ain't gonna pull her out from underneath the bed. It's like 5 feet underneath the bed in the corner. I could barely fit under there, much less with my back injury. Try to pull her out of there and then torture her and traumatize her further in the bath. Not everybody has $1 million to go spend on grooming and shit. Not everybody has $1 million to go to the vet. The vet is a fucking scam too. The only reason I've been even thinking about going to the vet recently is to get the damn dog microchip. They might be able to do that at the shelter though. Because if I go on missions in a different state, I would like my dog microchip so that she will be returned to me when she is found. If she ever gets away from me or gets lost. No, even the whole spay and neuter your dogs thing is kind of wild. Because if you actually have a dog that lives inside, um, it's not gonna get knocked up like that unless you have like a male dog that lives near you, like literally on your property. Because Bella went and searched for some booty or whatever the other night. She's still not pregnant. And that was the first time she'd ever done it in like 3 years. So I don't know what kind of owners y'all are. That, uh, yeah. Anyways, the other thing that brought this whole thing up this morning is hearing about the animal shelter that got wiped. Now, I haven't heard the story of if they freed the animals or not, but knowing what we know about the situation and how this came out of nowhere and everything, and the people right next door at the plastic factory died. Um, is it really better? We think that it's better that we take these animals off the street and put them in a shelter. But those animals would have been more likely to get away if they were not trapped in cages in a shelter. And they might have more of an instinct than humans do when something is happening, like a mudslide, a flood. So, like, all these things that the humans think that they're doing better than nature or whatever, I don't know that they are. I don't know that they are. And they keep acting like a dog is like neglected because they have long nails. It's like the most ridiculous thing. And then he'll be like, "Oh, they have a full belly. They have a full belly. They have a full belly." That's basically what the shelter gives them, right? A full belly. The shelter doesn't focus mainly on bass or cutting their nails or anything, but if anybody else doesn't focus on it, it's neglect. The main focus of the shelter is giving the animals a, a shelter over their head and food in their belly, right? But all these animals come in, they're well fed. They ain't starving. You lock them in a cage and let them drown. That's the reality of the situation, right? Oh, jeez. Those are the people that are supposed to care about animals, too. And I see these nasty comments from people that were like, "Oh, those people didn't deserve to have a dog anyway because they left it in the house." Well, I've said shit like that before, but not under these circumstances, though. This was something that came out of nowhere very fast. So they took care of their immediate family first. And they were right there fixing to take care of their dogs. But things happen really fast. So keep your nasty comments to yourself. It wasn't just like, "Hey, the guy had his dog tied to his truck and ran it over." Sorry, Big D, but that was irresponsible. Very irresponsible. And I hope you learn not to do that again. Um, it was like they were in their house. The dogs were in their house, and the thing flooded. Like the house, they were in the house. They weren't even like tied up to a fence. Like we found somebody's dog got caught. They were tied up next to a fence, and they were in a big ass puddle in a flooding area in Florida. Now that person does not deserve to have a dog. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. It was like the nicest, friendliest dog too. He had a big old smile on his face after it was rescued. It was kind of growling before, but you can see why it was growling. It was tied up to a fucking fence in a fucking hurricane. Fucking ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous. Yes. So, I really don't want to hear from people that leave their dogs at home all day that my dog is neglected. It's projection at this point. Because my dog doesn't like to be away from me, and the feeling's kind of mutual. So, my dog spends almost every second of every day with me. Neglect.